Okay, we have two of you this time. As IB students, what classes did you end up taking?
I took IB French, IB English, IB Philosophy, IB Biology, and then IB Math Studies.
I took IB Psychology, IB English, IB Bio, IB History, IB Spanish, IB Math.
Yeah, and I also took Psych.
Okay. What was your opinion of all of those classes?
I really like all of my classes, and it's kind of weird because when I'm in my classes, I guess I don't, when I'm in like my math class, I don't particularly enjoy it. But when I go home and I think about it, I really, I have fun in all of my different classes, which is kind of nerdy, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, overall, I really enjoy all of my classes too. But I think it's the people.
It's everything about it, I think.
So, what sort of experience is TOK for you then?
Personally, I liked TOK. It was fun. I know other schools do it a lot differently than we do, and I sort of like the way that the other schools do it. So instead of getting like a sheet of paper and talking about, like an article, like what happened, I feel like you could make more connections between the classes so that it's more discussion based and like it like really connects the whole program together more. But I felt like TOK was just kind of an extension of philosophy, which I like, but I know other people didn't.
Yeah, I'm with Kristen on this one. I really like the idea of theory of knowledge, but I feel as a class, it didn't give me, I guess, what I thought it was going to give me. And I really like the textbook, like looking through the textbook,
Yeah.
which also does sound kind of weird. But just like the different information in the textbook, I really like. Whereas then when we were talking about it in class, we didn't really bring in the theories of knowledge. It was more just our own opinions. So I wish it had been more about the subject.
So, but I really liked TOK. I think provided me the experience to be able to formulate my own opinion on whatever topic. So in that respect, I liked it. But so in practice, I liked it, but in theory, I like it. But they're not the same. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
I have to agree, though. The TOK book was fun to flip through.
Yeah, it is. It's fun.
What were your extended essay topics?
I did psych, and then the way your language shapes your perception of color.
And I did the theory of mind in children. And language acquisition.
And that's also
with
psych.
That.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, how did you research those?
Mine was completely online. Well, the sources that I used were completely online, but I gathered tons of information from books and different databases other than Questia, but the ones that I actually used were all from Questia.
Now, especially in the beginning for yours, you had books first and then went to the internet from the information.
Yeah, I did. And then you had a lot of books and some cool stuff like that.
I did. Yeah, I did mainly internet, I think, but my topic changed a lot from the time that I started to the time I ended.
Yeah.
I think a big part of the way I researched mine was taking a class over the summer, and I got to know a lot more about it, and then I knew what I wanted to talk about.
So, what advice would you give people who are doing a similar sort of topic as you did?
Well, I have lots of advice. Okay, so I would first off start really early, and don't just wait till, I'll do it in the summer. I'll do it over, winter break. You won't.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest part of
is
the
just
extended essay.
doing it. And when you're thinking about writing it, it seems like a ton of work. But then once you actually get down and you get, your little teacup and your little folder out, and you're typing on your computer, an hour goes by and you're just like, whoa. Especially if it's a topic you like. So I recommend choosing a topic that you like and a topic that you're interested in, but also a topic that's very, very specific. Because with mine, I could look and I could read psychology for hours and hours and hours, and that really reflected itself in my first copy of my extended essay. It was really broad, and it was too large of a paper, if that makes sense. So there's that, and then I also recommend getting to know your sources a lot better. So read a source and then think about it for a couple of days, and then you have the source and you have your opinion and you can formulate that into a really good paper. Whereas the way I did it was I had information and I need a source for that, and I went and I found a source. So it's just get to know your sources, I think.
Yeah, and I also think it's really good to work with someone on it, because I know a lot of the time we were working separately, but we would be in the same room together, so we could bounce ideas off of each other. And then I know for me it helps to talk about something before I write about it, so we could kind of have discussions about what we were thinking and then write down the best ideas rather than just kind of rambling.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say your opinion of the program as a whole was?
I love it.
Me too. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, I loved every single moment, even when I was crying in English. Literally. Even when I was upset, I love it. It's been an amazing, just a wonderful experience. I've gotten to know a ton of these great people that I don't think I would have gotten to know. And then I read lots of things that I think are really cool, like House of the Spirits. Like it's one of my favorite books now, and I wouldn't have picked it up. So it's frustrating and awful at times, but overall I wouldn't change any of it for like $1 million, I don't think.
Yeah, I'd say it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work and a lot of late hours, but that's because I like to procrastinate, so that's not completely due to the amount of work, but overall I really liked it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you both very much for your time.
Thank you.
Bye!